A day or two after, I joined the boys. Because what happened is like, okay, I'll tell you what happened. So I got a hotel before we got a place together, before it was official, okay? Before the boys actually said like, okay, we're going to get this place to live together for X amount of days, right? Before that happened, I had already booked a hotel, right? And I didn't want to waste my money. So for a while, it was just me in a hotel for like a week or so. And then when the boys actually like, you know, got the place covered, I joined the boys at the B&B or whatever that we got. So we get to the place. I get to the place and we start doing the we start living together. I had roommates for like, I don't know, like a week or something. The streamer was actually real. The streamer house was a real thing. It was actually pretty nice. But, you know, it's like the honeymoon phase of like living with your friends. So at first you're like, oh yeah, I love my friends, awesome. But if you live with them for like, I don't know, like a year or something, you'll be like, I fucking hate this guy now. I'm kidding. But you know how it is, right? I'm kidding, by the way. But you know, like, it was great. We had like a streamer house for like a week or so. It was pretty cool. I like that. The homie moon. Yeah. So me and Claude, we slept like in the same room. Not together. Just so you know. It was like two separate beds. And yeah, that's about it. It was just like, it was kind of funny. Like, it's like how Vox described it. Most of the time, almost every time, it was the time for like the podcast. Almost every time, not every time. I would be the one waking up Claude, and I'd be like, Claude, and he'd still be sleeping. Claude, Claude, what? Podcast, 30 minutes. Oh, okay. And then I go, and I would knock on Vox's door. Vox? What? Yeah? Podcast, 30 minutes. I'll be right there. Okay, awesome. And I go to Vanta's door. Right. Vanta? Podcast, 30 minutes. Okay. And then I would sit down in the kitchen. Open my laptop. Ready up the stream. Right? And people show up one by one. And they're so fucking tired. And they all sit down. And we want to die. And we're like doing tech stuff. Like preparing like the podcast and everything. The mics and all of that. And then we finally go live. And we're like, I don't know, like 20 minutes late or something as usual. And then we do the podcast for the day. And that's it. Sometimes it was Vox waking me up though. I think for 2 podcasts days, Vox was the one like waking me up. And Claude. Vox woke me up? Yeah, for like, I think for 1 episode, he woke me up. Or 2, I can't remember. Did you guys sleep? We always sleep late. As I said, guys, almost every day of that trip was we have dinner together. And then after dinner, we karaoke until like 2 a.m. and then we go back home. And then the podcast is like at 9 a.m. So it was almost every day. Oh yeah, and drinking. I forgot that part. Drinking is very important as well. Did you ever drink? I think I almost drank like every day, but I don't feel like I was drunk like a single time. Maybe one exception where I was like pretty tipsy, but I wasn't drunk. The lemon sour pitcher? Okay, that's for later. I can't believe we're not even halfway through the trip and I'm still talking about it. So, living with Claude, Vox, and Vanta was actually really cool. Everyone was really respectful and funny and understanding and like, you know, polite. Living together, at least, you know? It was cool. It was really cool. I really felt like I had roommates. And the roommates are my friends. So that was great. But I was really worried of like, what if I do get them as roommate for real? Would that last? Because let's be honest, right? When you're living with people for a while, over time, I don't think it lasts very long, right? Where like you have like, you know, yeah, it's just how it is, right? But it was good for like a week because we all know that streamer houses always go well. And nothing bad ever happens when you're a streamer house or a content house. Right, guys? So, yeah, it was good for a week. Oh yeah, you guys remember when I got on Vanta stream, like, he was doing like a Zatsu and I arrived? That was literally the moment that I arrived at the place to live with them. Not the bath one, no. Like the Zatsu. Vanta was just doing a Zatsu. And Vox was there too at some point. That was like literally like I just arrived with my stuff. The one where I was him, yeah. And I was giving you guys like so much fan service. And then like barely anyone caught on to what I was doing. That made me a little sad. I was trying so hard to give you guys like content with Vanta when I was in his body. But barely anyone noticed. I was winking and like raising my eyebrows like this. And like, you know, barely anyone noticed. It made me a little sad, but it's okay. Oh yeah, I saw the clip on Twitter. It's true, by the way. I was there when Vanta was like flexing his biceps. I was there. I was right next to them. When I forgot how it started, but like, I think it was like Aya and Scarlett talking about like flexing biceps or something. I think I forgot how it started as a conversation. And Vanta was like, "Oh yeah, I can do that." And they were like, "Really? You can do that?" And he was like, "Yeah, I can do that." And he just started doing it. And they were like, "What?" They were like mind blown. I and Scarlett were like losing their mind. They could not believe it that someone could do that. They were like, "What the hell? That's crazy." Oh yeah, bicep. Sorry, booba. Sorry, not bicep. Flexing is booba. Is pecs, yeah. They were like, "You can do that? That's insane."